Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys can see, I am a lady. I am drinking my tea in a cup and a saucer, which means I'm about to go all Mrs. Mom on you guys. Let's put it down now that the aesthetic is done. So on today's video, we're doing something a little different, but not too far off from what I normally do. So I went on to Instagram and I did a Q&A and I told you guys that I am basically going ham on the spring cleaning, right? Because it's about to be spring and you guys know that I've just moved into a new house. Everything is pretty much messy. Then I asked you guys to share some of your questions on cleaning and hacks and tips that you want me to answer. And boy, did you guys go wild on me. Like the questions were hectic. So I'm gonna answer those. But before that, I just kind of want to talk about why it's so important to basically spring clean. For me, we just moved into a new house. So things are still kind of very misplaced and we started renovating, so everything is dusty and all over the place. And I've really been avoiding all of these tasks and I've been trying to just keep going, but at some point I kind of have to face it. And this video is basically all about mastering the mess. And what better time to go into it than in springtime? Our parents used to call it spring cleaning. This would happen that every time like spring comes, we take down the curtains like it's a hectic cleaning, like nobody is safe. But I just want to kind of do a different approach to it. Thanks to Cleanipedia, who has sponsored this video. In case you didn't know, Cleanipedia is a hub that has all the information you need. If you want to know how to get carpet stains off, they're your girl. If you want to know how to paint your house, they're it. If you want to know how to deal with stains, clothing care, children, listen, they are literally a digital hub where you can just basically type in www.cleanipedia.com and there's all the information you want. You can subscribe so that you can get any tips. The difference in what I'm going to do this time is that I'm going to be taking it week by week. Somebody actually asked me in one of the questions is how do I make sure that I'm not overwhelmed? Can I wash blankets and curtains at the same time? And it's easy to say yes, but I think that's how we get overwhelmed. I think that's the reason why I've probably put off some stuff, because I want to do everything in one day. So this time I'm going to do things week by week. This will allow me to probably do a little more research, especially for the harder things like cleaning carpets, etc. I'll do little more research. I'll take my time and I'll make sure that it's well done instead of just rushing through everything and then nothing gets done. There's nothing more frustrating than sitting in a home where all your sheets are washed, all your towels are washed, and all your curtains are down, and it's 5 p.m. and you've got no towels and your windows are bare. So we have to take it one step at a time. So I'm inviting you guys to join me as I always do when I do challenges. Let us all spring clean together. Firstly, start by writing your lists. What are those things that you need to target? My top 3 things, I'm going to be cleaning my appliances because everything is so dusty. We need to clean our appliances, and we moved from an old house. I haven't gotten time to clean them, so this is like my washing machine, etc. I'm going to clean them, and then I'm going to be cleaning the kids' toys. We've got dogs now, and our dogs put their stuff, the kids' stuff, in their mouth, and sometimes the kids put their spoons in the dog's mouth. So we need to do a whole lot of cleaning with the toys, and our garden is bigger, and we do want our kids to play freely. So it's also important that we keep the toys hygienic instead of just restricting them the whole time. And then another thing that I want to tackle is cleaning my kitchen. As you guys know, I've got a new kitchen, and meaning all the stuff that was in my old kitchen is basically stashed away in different places, collecting dust, and some things are sitting in places they shouldn't be sitting in. So those are my 3 major tasks. I've got other tasks as well, such as my bathrooms, my cupboards. Have to take out the old the winter clothes and swap it in for the new clothes. My shower tiles, washing curtains, washing windows. All of that stuff I have to tackle, and I know a lot of you have to tackle that too because you asked me questions about doing it. Let's get into some of the questions you guys asked. I couldn't answer all of them, but I tried to group them. A lot of you asked similar questions, so I am going to tackle those. Fun fact, the most frequently asked question was, how do I clean blinds? Now there's the quicker method of cleaning blinds, and then there's the like longer method. It seemed like some of you were just struggling with dust. So the quicker way of washing your blinds is, one, make sure that your blinds are closed so that you don't damage them, and then first dust them off with a microfiber cloth. Dust it off until all the dust is gone, then get a damp cloth and then wipe them with a damp cloth, and then also make sure that at the end you wipe them again with a dry cloth. The longer version is to actually take them down. I've never done this yet, but to actually take them down and soak them in a bathtub with bicarbonate of soda. I know bicarbonate of soda is a go-to because I use it for everything. Actually, guys, before I even continue, 2 things you must have in your house: vinegar and bicarbonate of soda. Those 2 things are my fighters in the house. And obviously I got that tip from Cleanipedia. Before that, I didn't know that vinegar and bicarb was like a must on my grocery list. Let's read some more questions. This one says, hi Mpumi, what routine do you do to keep your house clean all the time without getting exhausted? I feel so exhausted most of the time. So I do have help around the house, but I don't always have help. But how I've done it, even for my helper, because we have little children and kind of a big house, is that we structured. So I basically have a timetable. So basically on Monday, it will be usual mopping, sweeping, wiping down in all the other rooms, and then let's say spring clean the kitchen. By spring clean, meaning that's when she goes into the cupboard, she wipes in the fridge, she does the hectic stuff in the kitchen on a Monday, but the rest of the house she just goes in easy, or we just go in easy. Then Tuesday the focus will be on bathrooms. That's when tiles will be scrubbed, but the rest of the rooms we just quickly sweep and wipe, sweep and mop and air fresh and whatever. Then Wednesdays will be bedrooms. That's when we change the bedding in our in all the bedrooms, and all the other rooms we just do the basic. So you can't always do like a deep clean in every room, but I do think it works to structure and cut it down. Also, I don't like leaving things for too long. This is the first time because obviously I just moved, but so every day there's a task at hand. Like on every Thursday we pack the cupboards. That way the cupboards never ever get into a state. So there's a timetable. I'm a planner like that. There's a timetable where every day there's something dedicated that will be tackled in the house. So I think that way it helps to not get exhausted. Then on Saturdays and Sundays, there's not much cleaning to do except like washing the dishes and just stacking up the pillows. And then, yeah. So if you keep I think if we break up our tasks into daily tasks, it helps keep the house really clean and fresh so that you don't have one Saturday where you're just shifting all the furniture. I hope that makes sense. I've got such long answers. I don't know how I'm going to get through everything. Is there a need to repaint? I don't think you need to repaint all the time. Well, you can't stay in a house for like 10 years and not paint, but you don't have to repaint all the time. It's also advisable, like I said, we wipe down our walls. We use Handy Andy to wipe down our walls. Luckily, Handy Andy has a spray thing, so we just spray our walls and clean them. And so you make sure that you take care of them, because the longer you leave something, the longer it stains and then almost impossible to get out. But it's good to paint every now and then. I think it gives the house a fresh smell. One of the reasons we painting in our new home, even though the paint is still in good condition, but to kind of bring freshness into the house so that it can have our smell and our feel and just feel new and fresh. And it does kind of brighten up the house and make the house feel brand new. So this, I think, really works, especially if you're living in an older house and you're tired. Does your home color palette change after you spring clean? Personally, it does. I change my cushions every season, simply because you can't change your couch. I like change, but you can't change your couch and big furniture all the time. But changing something as simple as cushions, putting a plant in the house, really works. There's an article I read on Cleanipedia about small decor ideas, even for bathrooms, like DIY stuff where you can do your own things. So I believe in that. I believe in summer I can't have like brown cushions because it's just dull. But in the winter, I don't want to have yellow cushions because it just doesn't make sense. I want to feel cozy. That's when I get my fluffy cushions. So I do think you should change your palette. I will still have my solid colors, which is my white and my cream and my black, and then I'll add on to the deco. Okay, someone said, how often do you spring clean? We do, so I think a big clean is needed once a month. But like I said, ours is broken down. So I don't think we have an official spring clean, except in seasons when we're taking out clothes, putting this out and putting this in. But every single day, our tasks are broken down to make sure that the house is always in tip-top shape. One thing about the house, if you don't clean the corners, have you ever been to a house or a place where it looks clean on the surface, but it doesn't smell clean, like it smells dirty? It's because the corners aren't clean, or the bed is not changed, or there's little things in the house that are missed, even though on the surface it's clean, and that's why it would smell. So it's so important to break those tasks down, but also good to do your big clean seasonally. This is your windows and your curtains and your blankets, etc. Those are things you can do on a daily basis. Cool, let's see the next one. Tips on cleaning a shower. So I actually just found a really cool article. I'm gonna read this for you guys. How to clean soap scum for a shower unit. Removing soap scum and lime scale from the shower head and fixtures can be a breeze when you know how. This is a tip I didn't know. Remove the shower head and soak in vinegar and water solution. I told y'all you need vinegar. Or tie a bag filled with vinegar securely around the shower head before leaving to soak. So I think that's easier, especially when you don't have anyone to climb up for you and unscrew, and it's just a lot of work. I think putting some vinegar around in a plastic bag and tying it around, it will help it melt off and basically soak it. Next, soak a cloth with the solution and wipe over shower tubbing and pipes, again leaving to work away at the soap scum. After an extended period of time, clean and rinse the shower using the same method as for your general surfaces. Things that you need for your bathroom is domestos. You have to have domestos, vinegar like we just learned for that scum, and also the handy bathroom spray. I believe in spray because it reaches the parts that you wouldn't even think of. And also what's important in a bathroom is to actually make it sit. Like, okay, there's days where you'll just spray and wipe, but it's also a good idea to let it sit. So another thing about vinegar is that it takes away smell. That's why sometimes when you're cleaning a fridge, example, here's a story about my fridge. So we left our fridge because we were moving around a lot. We didn't instantly move into our house. We left our fridge at my sister's house. Now we left it with food inside because we were planning to plug the fridge, right? Because we were only planning to stay for a few days. Now the guys who moved forgot to plug the fridge, and the fridge was right at the back. So by the time we moved 30 days later, our meat had rotted, everything had rotted in the fridge, and I thought, my goodness, throw the whole fridge away because it was stinking. And all we had to do was clean it with some vinegar. Took out everything, threw it away, and sprayed some vinegar and put some handy as well, because you don't want a vinegar smell. I prefer the handy kitchen spray. So we put some vinegar, let the vinegar soak in, and then handy wiped it down and left it with vinegar for a few days, and my fridge smells good as new. So I actually jumped into cleaning a fridge. So another question that I got quite often is how to clean my pots. If you've burnt the pot, it always makes sense. Remember when we were young and we would make pap, our parents would make us put like boiling water over the pap pot so that it can loosen it and make it like so basically start by putting boiling water and let it soak, probably overnight, and then afterwards you can wash with your sunlight liquid dishwashing. That's important. But if the stain is harder, here's a tip that I just found. If you want to know how to clean a badly burnt stainless steel pot, here's a great trick: baking soda. Make up a paste consisting of baking soda and cold water. Add a small amount of water to the baking soda until it's thick and grainy. You don't want it runny. Apply the paste to the badly burnt marks and leave for an hour or two. There's that soaking again. Baking soda is an excellent household cleaner and will work wonders on those tricky, hard to remove stains that you were starting to think would never come off. And then obviously you will scrub that, wipe it, and then you wash your pot as normal. Okay, cool. How do you keep your towel so clean even when having a toddler? It's another thing again. We continue to wipe. So I'm not going to wait until tomorrow cleaning time. If a toddler makes a mess, we clean. But also, I really believe in discipline, teaching your kids, and also sending them to do the stuff. We actually did a conversation with Brendan some time ago about sharing the chores. I'm not the only one who has to look after stuff. So for now, if Nuri makes a mess, we teach her, Nuri girl, can you go take a cloth and come wipe? And then we'll help her wipe. So now she knows that if she makes a mess, she has to clean up. Zani's still young and he's active, so with him we let him be. the truth is the house will get messy, and we don't want to be those people who don't even enjoy our homes because we're trying to get it look perfect. So it's also important to allow a mess to happen, and then there'll be cleaning time. Brendan's here, which means he's trying to cut me. Okay, what to use to keep the air in the house smelling fresh besides diffusers? I think you can use some lemon. Another trick that I learned is that in a cup, boil hot water and put vanilla essence in the cup and leave it in the corner. Obviously it works better in smaller room, but I think this helps. Kitchen organizing tips. There's an article here. I even did a video last year on organizing a pantry, but it makes sense to get some glass jars, get a labeler, and decant your stuff. I think that always makes it look really, really nice. So I have answered quite a few questions. I obviously can't go into detail, but I thought I should share, and I thought this would inspire everybody to get on with their list. So let's all make that list. Go onto the Cleanipedia website, subscribe, whatever you're doing, make sure you go and check out what's an easier way of doing things. There's lots of tricks, there's lots of hacks, there's lots of easy way and products that we have in our home that we don't even think about. So like I said, I will be dedicating my tasks to certain weeks and times, so this will give me enough chance to get through it easily and nicely. I hope you do the same. Our list doesn't look the same, and maybe it does look the same. So keep up with me, follow me on the socials, subscribe to Cleanipedia, and let's master the mess together. Like I said, do follow me. Cleanipedia always has amazing gifts to give away. There's lots in store, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you're following. When the competitions are out, make sure that you enter. And also please comment down below, let me know, what do you need to tackle first? There's so much to do, but what's that first thing you need to get to? Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I love y'all. Mrs. Mom.